It's been a miserable, cold, damp spring in Rhode Island, so we kept the shrink wrap on the boat longer than anticipated in order to get some interior projects completed. We thought we would show you some of the projects we've been working on. Some of them were planned, others not. However, it's been fun to be able to work on the boat full time to perform all the prep work needed to make her safe and comfortable.
Does it look like a mess, John? It
Ow!
looks like a mess.
Ow!
It is a little bit of a mess. He's setting this today. But we've taken out all the cushions, all the mattresses, and why, honey?
Because I love you.
Why'd we take them all out?
We had to fix the air conditioning. The condenser coils are full of barnacles, so.
Ouch.
Oh.
Yeah. Fixing that.
Felt it would be easier to strip the interior down to allow easier access to the locations that needed work. In the forward guest cabin, we needed to replace the 2 batteries that power the bow thruster and our deck washdown system. In the head, we'll rebuild the head or toilet and add a shower sump. That's a lot of work in tight quarters. It was now time to have the sails inspected and repaired, so we took the main and Genoa to our local North Sails loft in Portsmouth, where Eric Wakefield, the service manager, reviewed the sails and recommended needed repairs.
Things on here, it's not you know, I think if you just put some thread in it, you're probably alright. Like the thread isn't even rotten. What I did notice here is that these webbings are exposed, and they will. These probably should be replaced.
Okay.
You got 2 little webbings. You can feel they're kind of brittle. There's kind of sunburn. I wouldn't want to send you down to the Caribbean and say, "Hey, you're good with that."
Yeah. Because you know what happens at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, this breaks. It's 2 little webbings, and they're probably at less than 50% of what their original.
Well, how would you replace it? What would you do?
Just to peel this back, new webbing over the top.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, just replace the
very
webbing.
simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about an hour's worth of work on this one and one for the other.
Okay.
Maybe probably put another row of stitching in here while you have it here.
Just run it down the leak?
So here's the deal with the covers. Is really easy to do preventative maintenance, but what it's not easy to do is fix it as it comes off. This stuff all unravels, like, you know what I mean? If you keep it on, it's great, but once it comes off, it's a problem. But I think this sail is pretty decent. This sail and this sail are not the same thing. This sail was a replacement sail for whatever they had on the headstay before this. So for this sail, you're probably looking at $300-400 and it'll get you back going. And I'd be pretty confident in what you got, you know? Pretty minimal. This sail, not as awesome. So you can see
the leech was,
you can see here, this cover is completely rotten. These webbings are rotten. Like, I wouldn't want to go offshore with any of this. The other thing that I'm seeing,
You know, because the thing sat in a slip for Lord knows how long. The guy didn't use the thing a lot, and right, all that is exposed anyway in Florida, right?
that's exactly, I'm seeing you beat it in, right? So if you look here, you see how this grass stripe is it's white?
Yeah.
So
The weather improved enough for us to finally get the shrink wrap off the boat. It felt good to begin the exterior projects that needed to get done prior to launch. Since comfort on the boat is a high priority, we decided to have custom thick mattress covers, mattress toppers, and a custom fitted sheets for both cabin berths. We first needed to trace the outlines of our current mattresses and then cut the pattern. Once that was complete, we sent the completed templates to our supplier and they began to fabricate our order.
It might fit our mattress, but it doesn't fit the envelope.
Time to give it a coat of varnish.
We also decided to replace the mirrors in the heads as the reflective surface was damaged by the salt air. The mirrors were glued on, so the removal was not fun.
Yep, it's a messy one. Just use a lot of glue.
Gets worse before it gets better?
Oh God. So we were at West Marine today, did some shopping. We've been wanting to get a new anchor for the boat, so this one, the one that we actually wanted was on sale for 15% off. So yeah, we wrote the check for our Rocknut 25, which is 25 kilograms or 55-pound anchors. So this should let us sleep pretty well at night.
So we're getting ready to change anchors. Drop the old. Get the new. Okay. Done with the old. Bye-bye.
There we go.
Okay.
That's gonna hold us better.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like that should fit too in the bow.
Awesome.
Rollers.
With the anchor off the boat, it was now time to remove the chain from the chain locker as we wanted to inspect the chain and mark the chain in 25-foot segments so we know how much chain we have out when we anchor.
Okay, so we got the chain all laid out. Almost measured, but we have a small issue. And that's, there is some bad chain. So, further investigation. What you doing?
We are maintaining our winches, girl. Got the old grease off and just starting to re-grease. Let's just figuring out how they go back together again.
Another fun job?
Oh, another fun job.
Any surprises in that one?
No, we're just cleaning it up. We had these have some thrust bearings and roller bearings in here that water got into. Looks like the seals probably went bad, so now it's just rebuilding them. So going out and getting the new bearings and seals tomorrow.
Perfect.
Get this job done. This was a surprise, but not to be unexpected.
And he's making it look all pretty.
Wax on, wax off.
With the hull finally complete with polish and waxing, we were ready to have the name put on. We couldn't be happier with how this turned out. While we've been working hard on the boat, we've also had time to play and see some of the local sights. The Volvo Around the World race has been going on this year, and one of the segments had a stopover in Newport, so we headed down to see the boats. The boats had just arrived from the last segment in Brazil. These sailors race on a whole different level, as they are racing 24 hours a day in some very challenging conditions, especially in the southern oceans, where this year one of the crew was swept overboard and they were unable to find him in the middle of the night in very rough seas.
Show us how it's done, baby.
Also able to catch up with some old friends, Bill Goggins and Bill Fawdy, who work at Harkin. Darcy and I were invited into the Harkin party they were hosting for the race crews and support personnel. It was great seeing familiar faces. We hope to be on the water soon, so hopefully our next video will be of the boat on the water.